Affordability Crisis: How Rising Costs Are Putting the Brakes on Car Sales. This is the title of an article that recently came out from a website called The Noble Quote, and it's talking about the current state of the auto market. Here's the thing: I think the auto industry operates under a lot of misguided information about the state of consumers and the economy. They're listening to a lot of this BS you hear on a lot of these news outlets that talk about how the economy is fine and how wages and stocks are up. And it paints this picture that consumers are in a financial situation to keep up with all the increases in the cost of living, including cars. But that just isn't the case, especially when you look into the auto delinquency and repossession numbers. The data that the auto industry is operating by is just not true. So this is why you get the mess that we are currently in with these car prices. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you guys tuning in and listening as always. So the article starts off with, it's no secret that the American auto industry is hitting a speed bump, if not a brick wall, when it comes to vehicle affordability. Quite frankly, it's more like a steel wall or an iron curtain. Affordability has been out the window for some time now. In fact, I think we as a society have redefined what the term affordable means, because when you look at how much people are struggling with the cost of cars, as well as insurance, repairs, and negative equity, nothing about it would have been considered affordable 10 years ago. But nowadays, this is normalized. Monthly auto payments were up 40% since 2019. 20% of current monthly auto payments are $1,000 or more, which is double the average of 2019. And this doesn't even include insurance. This is so out of whack that we have to recalibrate what affordable means. This is why a lot of the reporting on the economy nowadays is not really worth much, because these numbers just don't make sense. Anyways, the article continues. Headlines across the nation are reporting car sales slowdown and a visible dip in consumer enthusiasm at showrooms. It's not a dip in consumer enthusiasm. It's full-on sticker shock followed by anxiety, maybe even depression. These prices are so insane that I'm starting to see more dealerships just not putting the full price or what they call the out-the-door price on their websites anymore. You have to send them your email or phone number to actually get it. And it's no secret why. The last dealership that I checked in which their website actually allowed you to get the full out-the-door price, there was like a $10,000 difference between the sticker price and the out-the-door price. And you have to actually click on it to get the OTD number. This is supposedly one of their more affordable vehicles. So if it's that bad when you window shop or just online shop, I can't imagine how bad it is when you actually go into dealerships and see these insane prices firsthand. Anyways, to continue, quote, the auto sales decline isn't just a bleep in the cycle, it's a symptom of a much bigger affordability crisis. End of quote. Okay, so a few things here. The sales decline is there, but I don't feel like we truly have seen the massive dip just yet. A lot of this has to do with the people panic buying because of the tariffs and all the incentives some dealerships are giving. Once those end, then we will see a truly massive dip. Because here's the thing. In 2024, the auto industry had a successful year in terms of sales. They sold something like 16 million units, which was just 1 million shy of the last pre-pandemic year, which was around 17 million. Now, prices were not pre-pandemic prices. Prices were still at around $50,000 for your average vehicle. That's compared to $37,000 in 2019. So what that means is a lot of those consumers stretched their finances on cars they really couldn't afford. But that doesn't show up on the numbers. It will eventually, and it won't end well, but it doesn't show up right now. But what's going to happen is this is going to further exacerbate the loan delinquency and repossession crisis that we're currently having. We're already having record rates of repossession and auto loan defaults. The 2024 quote-unquote successful number only guarantees it'll get worse. Just like how the prices of the pandemic era are causing a lot of the repossessions and negative equity right now, those 2024 sales numbers will come at a massive cost because a lot of those car payments will cripple a lot of those consumers financially and they won't be coming back. Anyways, the article gets into a long discussion about the different reasons for the decline in sales, and while a lot of it is useful to know, it seems like this article and others in the mainstream media like to add on a bunch of reasons that don't really apply as much as to why cars are not selling. It's one reason and one reason only: high prices. I mean, they talk about interest rates being higher, but I did the calculation and interest rate hikes add like $60 to monthly payments for your average buyer. That's less than 10% of most people's monthly payments, so it's not a factor for most people. And they also talk about tariffs, but that makes no sense either since tariffs are recent and haven't really affected prices yet. The reality of the situation and the real reason is automakers have priced their cars to become a financial albatross on their consumers. That is the biggest issue right now. And no matter how bad this is for their consumers, they just continue with it. You have automakers like Stellantis that raise their prices for Jeeps and Rams so much that it priced out their target demographic. Now they plummeted their sales and are struggling financially because of this. Look at Ford and their struggles to sell their overpriced trucks. They just have massive amounts of overflowing inventory. And dealerships are struggling to move these expensive cars. You would think all of this would signal to the auto industry that these high prices are not sustainable, but they continue on despite all the warning signs. And this is a real crisis, the massive disconnect the automakers have from the realities on the ground. Their greed has deluded them into thinking that the current situation is sustainable, that consumers getting into $1,000 monthly payments on 7 or 8 year loan terms can be the new norm. It can't and it won't. The repo numbers and the auto delinquency numbers prove that. And until the automakers acknowledge this, nothing's going to change. Anyways, links to the article are in the description below. Let me know what you guys think of this situation. And as always, if you enjoyed this, make sure to click like and subscribe. See you in the next one.